decided to make it so smooth.
Greg, every time we bring your name up to a teammate or a coach or anyone, everyone smiles when they talk about you. What is it about you that makes people happy, man?
Probably that I'm just a happy guy. I mean, that's my goal, I guess, is to try and just bring a smile or to anybody day. Because at the end of the day, what I think about it is you never know what somebody's going through, you know. So just smiling at them or just being happy could help change their day, you know. That's just how I think about it. You never know what somebody else got going on. So if I'm having a good day, bad day, just having a smile on my face just can help anybody.
Have you always been that way?
Yeah, I've been like that just since I was growing up. I've always been the happier person, no matter what was going on. So just something I think it was just happened since I was growing up.
You from a big family?
Yeah, my family's pretty big, I would say. So but I was the youngest, so usually I was the one getting picked on.
Oh, okay.
But until I got taller. So once I got taller, I didn't really get bullied as much, but. Yeah.
Now, is the rest of your family like you? Are they all kind of outgoing?
No, definitely not. No, my family not as out. I'm the most outgoing, I would say. My brother, I got an older brother. He's pretty outgoing as well.
Okay.
My little sister though, and my mom, not outgoing for real. They the mean ones.
How many brothers and sisters do you have?
I got 3 older brothers, and then I got my little sister. So yeah.
Are you the best basketball player among the group?
For sure. For sure.
Your sister does.
My little sister good too. I would say right now I'm better than my little sister, but I feel like when it all comes down to it, she done learned so much from me in this game of basketball. I feel like she'd be better than me.
Where does she play? She in high school?
No, she play at Michigan State right now. She actually got hurt this year. She tore her ACL against Ohio State, but yeah, she is having a good year so far. But she play at Michigan State.
Do you guys hoop a lot?
So it'd be weird for us. So when we get to go home, it's usually off season. So we try and just chill, catch up with each other a little bit. But now, since she older, I bring her to the gym with me. So if I'm going to open run or something, I just bring her. She can play too. I know she can hold her own. She been playing against me her whole life, so I don't think nobody can just dog her. So we good.
Who's winning in horse?
Oh, I win in horse every time. I can dunk. She still can't. So.
She wanted to stay close to home then?
No, so I'm glad you asked that. She actually didn't want to go close to home at all. I was the one that told her, you know you're going to want to come home, right? So she ended up, at first my little sister went to Clemson.
Mm-hmm.
So she was at Clemson for 2 years. And then, so when she first committed to Clemson, I told her, I was like, yeah, it's a good school. I'm like, you want to come home. She's like, I don't want to come home. I was like, all right. And then when she was getting ready to transfer and stuff, I was like, where you going to go? And then, even on that process, I'm like, yeah, she's not going to come closer to home. And then, usually she tell me everything. I think I found out last that she was committing to Michigan State. So when they told me that, she told me on the phone, I thought she was joking for real. She was like, yeah, I'm going to Michigan State. I was like, but you don't want to come home. And then she was like, well, I do now. That's how rest history, I guess.
What kind of a basketball town is Detroit? I mean, obviously the Pistons are huge there, but just from your experience growing up, playing whatever leagues it may have been, what was it like playing in that town?
It was fun. Detroit is real big on basketball. We got the Pistons and stuff like that, but in the inner city, youth basketball is coming up. I feel like you got a lot of players coming from the state of Michigan that's trying to make waves in college basketball and also in the pros as well. So I feel like the basketball in Michigan is really picking up.
Were you a big Pistons fan growing up?
Yeah, I always liked the Pistons.
Who was your favorite player?
My favorite player was Ben Wallace.
Ben Wallace?
Yeah.
Were you Michigan or Michigan State fan? Or
Michigan.
either?
No, I'm Michigan. My dad, I got recruited by Michigan State coming out of high school. It's funny. So like I said, I'm in Michigan. In my household, it's all blue. So my dad didn't come on to visit. He didn't.
No.
He was like, I'm not trying to really talk to Izzo.
Well, how does he feel about his daughter playing at Michigan State?
He only wear black. They got black. That's the alternate. That's it. He won't wear green. I haven't seen him wear green. I mean, white is white, but if it's compared, he's gonna wear black.
Have they gotten out to see you play here yet this year?
My dad has. My dad came. My mom and dad have. My mom was at. Sadly, she came to last game. My mom was at was Florida State. She was here when we played Florida State. my brother came on my birthday when we played Miami. My parents didn't come because my little sister had surgery the day before, so that was cool. They didn't have to really force that one. And then they came to West V too, another loss. But yeah, they got to come out here. They enjoyed coming up, getting to watch me play.
You, I was going to ask you about the portal.
Mhm.
Can you talk about a little bit of why you decided to enter the portal and what the process was like once your name was in the portal?
Yeah, it was just the end of the year, and I just felt like it was time for just a fresh start. You know, I knew I had one more year, and I just wanted to go somewhere where I could just be a difference. You know, go be a difference somewhere. I knew that it was just my time had been worn out at Marquette. It wasn't a bad thing, you know. It just was about that time for me to go try something else. And when I entered the portal, it was just like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect it to like blow up like it did. Like, I didn't expect a lot of schools to be calling. I don't know why, but I just didn't. I just wanted to look for something else. And then when my high school coach told me about all the schools that was calling and stuff, I knew I really had to like do this all over again, the recruiting process and stuff like that. And then once I got into the portal, it was really just trying to find the right fit for me. Find a place where I could come in and make an immediate impact. And then I wanted to be in a program where I can impact winning at a high level. So that's how I got here.
What other schools were interested?
It was a lot of different schools. I had talked to Wake Forest a little bit. Some smaller schools. I thought about going to Cleveland State. I had talked with Kansas State a little bit. Just a lot of different schools was reaching out, trying to, you know, get in touch with me.
Is this your last year eligible?
Yeah, that's it.
How different is the recruiting process through the portal compared to high school, where both times you have multiple schools kind of trying to pull you around and give you their pitch or whatever, but how different is it?
It's completely, I wouldn't say it's completely different. Only thing that's different is your age. I feel like I knew more. So like, instead of being an 18-year-old kid, I was 23-year-old. So I was like, I knew what I was looking for. It wasn't so coming out as a freshman, like coming into college as a freshman, it was really like, I'm really about to step into this having no clue what my first day gonna be like, my first practice gonna be like. So the second time, I knew what I was looking for. I knew what kind of coach I wanted to play for. I done seen a lot of different coaches now. So it was really, actually, this time around was easier because I had way more information. So I knew what I was looking for. I already knew the situation I wanted to be in. And then I just had to see how those presented themselves and see where I wanted to step into.
What was your visit to Pitt like? What stood out to you about this city, this campus, this program that made you feel like you'd do well here?
I just liked the way I liked the way everything was set up. Once I got a little background on the city, I knew it was something that I could be a part of. And then I got once I learned a little bit, I needed to learn about Pitt. You know, of course, from the outside looking in, I just knew last year wasn't a good year. So I talked to some people that was here. John, he played a part in that. And then Coach Pursuti played a huge part in that because me and him had a relationship coming from Marquette. And I knew he was the type of guy that wouldn't sell me nothing that he didn't believe in. So our relationship is really what played a huge part in me coming here because I knew he wouldn't sell me no false dream. Because everybody knew this was my last year. And I had to try and do whatever it took to get the best out of that year. And I knew that was a guy I wanted in my corner.
How different is it living in Pittsburgh from Milwaukee?
I would say, as of right now, I just don't like the snow.
That's fair. I just moved from Madison, so I get it.
Yeah, the snow is crazy. But other than that, I feel like it's cool because the weather here has actually been better than in Milwaukee to me because it's not as windy. And then other than y'all hills, the hills are ridiculous. I can't deal. But other than that though, because in Milwaukee it gets crazy. Like the wind chill be ridiculous. So I definitely feel like I like the weather here way better. I'm not gonna say nothing about the people because I don't really be around on campus and stuff like that. So I definitely interacted with more people at Marquette. I do like the people. I like the city here, and they've been welcoming me with open arms, and I really appreciate that.
Great. When you talked about trying to find your second home, a place where you could really maximize everything potentially that could happen in your final year, do you feel like that's happening here at Pitt?
Yeah, I definitely do. Winning games, I remember my first time talking to y'all asked me what I wanted out of the year. And it was never really about me. It was always about trying to get Pitt back to where they belong. And I feel like I've been doing a good job of that so far. I go out there, play the game I love with a smile on my face, and give it everything I got. And hopefully from what I can tell, it's been doing a good job. We've been winning games, so I just want to keep doing it.
Greg, once you did learn about Pitt, were they kind of head and shoulders above those other schools that were recruiting you, or was it a difficult decision?
It was really just Jake, honestly. It was just, he is what made it head and shoulders over everything else, honestly, because our relationship, like I said, and then me getting to talk with Coach Cable, them two mashing together, it was just, I feel like it was a match made for me. And I think so far, it's been working.
Did you visit any other campuses?
No, I didn't. So I was supposed to go to Colorado State, but it fell through like a couple days before. I think somebody else went on a visit or something and committed, I think. So I didn't go there. I think that was the only visit I was supposed to take that I didn't. And then I visit here, and I don't think I visited nowhere else. I committed.
We should probably ask you at least one Florida State related question since you do play a game against them in
Let's
a
do
couple days. So, this is the first time you guys have had a chance to play an opponent that beat you this year. Does that give you any extra motivation compared to other matchups? Do you feel like you guys are going to be a little bit more locked in or focused or motivated for this one?
I think we should be. I think the team definitely remember what happened last time we played Florida State. So I feel like we definitely gonna be geared and ready to go because it was a game we felt like they came out and played harder than us, and that's something we try and pride ourselves on is playing harder than the other team, and we didn't that night. So it feels good to know we got a chance to go redeem ourselves, and we got to do it.
Any bracketology talk showing up in the locker room?
Nah.
No?
Any LeBron talk?
Yeah, we've been talking about LeBron a lot.
Is the consensus amongst guys your age that LeBron's the GOAT, or is it still kind of split?
For my age, yes. You feel me? It'd be some of the older people trying to get us to jump ship. The one thing I will say is my age bracket, we loyal. Let's go, Perron.
What's an area from the first Florida State game that you guys didn't do well that you're hoping to do well this time around?
I would say first off, rebounding. I felt like they had an advantage on us rebounding the basketball. They was getting a lot of their misses back. I feel like we gave them some comfort to start. They had a few shots, so I feel like they just was comfortable making shots over us that we gave them a lot of dare shots to start the game. I feel like we let them get comfortable and then they continued to be comfortable the rest of the game, which is something we're not supposed to allow no team to do. So it started with taking away their comfort. When we do that, then I feel like the game would be in our favor and we can go from there.
Greg, it hasn't exactly been smooth sailing throughout the entire year for you. You've gone through some slumps and pulled yourself out of them. How is and that's just kind of life as a shooter, I guess. But how do you stay level during those times and make sure that you can pull yourself out of slumps?
Like I always say, I just gotta have confidence in my work. At the end of the day, I'm going, like you said, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna have good games. I'm gonna have bad games. I'm gonna have 2 good games. I'm gonna have 2 bad games. But at the end of the day, as long as I'm confident in my work, and like with me, I'm gonna shoot regardless. If I have a good game shooting, you still gonna see me be the first one to go shoot again. If I have a bad game shooting, like y'all have seen it, I will stay here and shoot again. So it really don't matter. Good game, bad game, still go shoot. Put your work in no matter what. That's more you put your work in and be consistent with that, better you'll be as a player.
Great. Oh, guys, one more.